and welcome to Manisha Future's Mayoral Kickoff Party. My name is Julie Nolan. I'll be your host for the evening. I know Manisha, we are friends. We've been friends for years, and we're neighbors. And she asked me to go for a cup of coffee and talk about her campaign. I'm not a political person, and so I was like, sure, whatever. And we got chatty, and we talked about a lot of issues, actually. And at the end, she goes, so, you gonna help me? Yes, I am. I am a Melrose resident for my whole life. I grew up on West Wyoming Ave. I'm the youngest of 6 children. My father was one of 10 and lived here in Melrose, so I'm very invested in this town. And I also have 2 special needs children, and that makes you on a different road. It makes you have to really look at all your options. So Manisha has opened my eyes to now being more focused on who you vote for and what you're doing. I used to just sort of be bipartisan and just stand on the sidelines, and that means you're doing nothing. And I didn't want to do that. I want to be doing something. So anyway, welcome everybody. I have somebody coming up to introduce Manisha, and I usually wing things, as you can see, but, and I would say, like, Adam's a good guy, he's a nice guy, but there's more to you, there really is, and I would never be able to memorize this, so I apologize for reading. Adam LaFrance is also a fellow Melrose resident. Adam is committed to advancing social justice and civil rights through his dedication and passion for building and connecting community. He serves on the Melrose Human Rights Commission and is working to build the Massachusetts Human Rights Coalition. Adam is on the board of Follow Your Art, a Melrose Main Street nonprofit dedicated to fostering creativity and community. Woo! He is I need water. He is currently Assistant Bar Counsel at the Massachusetts Board of Bar Overseers, an independent administrative body that supports the legal profession and works to protect the public from unethical conduct by attorneys. My husband's an attorney. Anyway, please give a warm welcome to Adam LaFrance.
Hi everyone. Thank you for coming out on a rainy night to support a fierce advocate for the city of Melrose. When Manisha first told me that she was running for mayor, I knew immediately who I'd be voting for. And there were several excellent, dedicated people who are interested in this position, whom I know and call friend. But I also know that in Manisha, there is someone whose knowledge, experience, and resources are suited to this role, informed by a human rights approach to municipal management, and I'm sure you'll soon see why. She is uniquely qualified to be the next leader of our city. When she asked me if I'd like to introduce her tonight, my response was an instant yes. There are certain qualities that come to mind when I think of Manisha: intelligence, humor, a deep well of patience and fortitude. But most of all, someone who's guided by a desire to strengthen the world around her. And as anyone who's listened to her speak can tell you, within a few moments you understand at least 3 things. She knows what she's doing. She listens to what you're saying, and she will fight for you. As some of you know, we met on the Human Rights Commission. It was just before I stepped into the role as chair a few years ago. And it's an interesting concept, a Human Rights Commission. It's somewhat unique, pretty much anywhere. And Melrose's commission is one of the oldest and most active in the Commonwealth. It attracts a lot of amazing people with diverse talents and backgrounds, united by common values and civic engagement, cultivating community, and most importantly, leading with love. It's no surprise that Manisha joined. It was quickly apparent that Manisha was someone to listen and look up to. We soon had some turnover among our members, some adjustments in the organization. And when the role of vice chair opened up, I asked if she would be interested I valued her counsel. I wanted her partnership as we led the commission together. I was happy she said yes, and glad that everyone else agreed. We all understood that Manisha is a leader. Manisha was always the right voice at the right time in helping to guide us through matters. Her impact was large and small, and always profound. She was instrumental in conversations about developing a vision for the future of the commission. She offered deeply considered advice on tiny but important details in policy and procedure. She engaged on every level. When we wanted to engage the community with greater outreach, she brought experience and new ideas. When we as commissioners were individually confronted with our own learning pains, confronting our own obstacles to learn and do better by the community, she offered wisdom and compassion and guidance. It's no surprise that she continues to demonstrate that leadership at the City Council, showing her facility with complex, important issues from recreational marijuana policy, zoning policy, water and sewer infrastructure, climate change readiness, leading by example on matters such as discrimination in housing and discrimination in public accommodations, educating and building community, such as by serving as MC of the city's first ever Diwali celebration, and in her keynote remarks at the annual MLK celebration. Leaders are made, not born. We're all different in background, in attitude, in belief, in opinion, and in experience. That makes us strong. But what makes us stronger is when we pick the right leaders. Combining competence with experience and honing the ability to effectively manage people and circumstances to reach objectives or realize a vision. That is leadership. Stepping up to challenges, inspiring trust, and willing to be an example for others is leadership. Attending to the potential of others, learning from the past, and preparing for the future. That is leadership. Manisha excels at all of those. That's why I valued her partnership on the commission, and why I feel her experience is unparalleled in this race, and will serve her and all of us very well. We are a close, family-like community, and I'm pretty sure many of you here who've had the chance to see in Manisha exactly what I'm talking about. In her friendship, in her leadership, she has inspired so many of us. And we all know she will make an excellent mayor. Without further ado, please join me in a rousing welcome to my friend, my mentor, and our future mayor, Manisha Julie.
Thank you, Adam. I have relied on your